So I've been just in the zone of, in the chanting zone, listening to chants and Krishna Das in particular, and just been blissing out, as you say. And it is something very, very, very deep, very wonderful that's just happening. And the just such a very, very beautiful and musical and easy way to access that innermost, deepest, truest selves that we all are. When we simply, the words in a chant, the words are not so important. The tune is not so important, but the words and the music keep your mind busy and entertained enough that it looks the other way. And while it is not looking, you transcend into your own self and become one with that which is. And it is so moving and so deep. And so I've just been, any time of the day, night, I'm just listening to these chants and going into a state of tears and lovingness just for no reason. It's just been a very, very wonderful experience the last few days. But what I noticed also is that when even when I'm not in that mode, when I'm not chanting, when I'm outside, when I'm on the street, that feeling, that presence is much more available, much more present. I mean, I related to you the story about that person with an amputated arm on the street who I just held in my arms and hugged him. And I was like, I'm so sorry. How did this happen to you? And he's a perfect stranger. And then today I was at the dentist's office, and the dentist happens to be a third generation dentist. His father was our dentist, and his father was also my parents' dentist. His grandfather was my parents' dentist, and for some time ours, and then his dad, and now him. And I was just he's a very, very wonderful, gentle person, very soft, and so nice to see him having grown up into this fine young man. That today, this was like a closure to a lot of work that he did. And we were just saying bye for now for the next, till the next few months. And I was just so moved by him that I just reached out and shook his hand. And he understood that there's something deeper in this handshake beyond just a handshake of a doctor and a patient. And then I let go, and okay, thanks, I said, and I Madhur his name, and I walked out. And he followed me out of his office, and as I was leaving, I was in the reception area, and he opened the door and he said, "Uncle, are you okay?" And I said, I am okay, but there's something more that I have to express. So I just went back to him and I gave him a big hug. And he and he was like, we hugged, and the receptionist is looking at like, what is this? This doesn't happen in a dentist's office, that the patient hugs the dentist. And I hugged the guy and I just held him, and I was so moved just by his being and his presence. So it's just very, very, and my point is, it's reaching. All of us can reach that place within us, which is that vulnerable, that delicate. And I was literally crying as I was hugging him. And he understood, but of course, it's not common. You don't, you're a grown man, just for no reason, don't just you know get into so much emotion. But I but But out of the understanding that there's not a moment to lose, uh, we must learn to allow ourselves to just express and to be in the open, vulnerable, expressing, loving state, which is our true nature. And that expressing that love is the way you experience love. We think that love has to do with something that we get. I want love, I want to be loved. It's not. It's the expression itself that is the love. It doesn't need an answer back. There's a poem by Rumi, and maybe if somebody can find it, we'll quote it, recite it. It's called Dog Love or Love Dog or something like that. It's a poem by Rumi, and in this poem, there's a man who is shouting out, Allah, Allah, and he's just crying out to the Lord, Allah, Allah. And somebody hears it in the neighborhood or whatever and shouts back. He said, "You've been shouting Allah, Allah. Has he ever answered you? Has he ever answered back?" And and he said, he thought to himself, "Oh, here it is, love dogs. Okay, let's read it out. Beautiful, love dogs. Okay, here we go." So this is a Rumi poem. Okay. So one night a man was crying, Allah, Allah. His lips grew sweet with the praising until a cynic said, "So I have heard you crying out, but have you ever gotten any response?" The man had no answer for that. He quit praying and fell into a confused sleep. He dreamed he saw Khidr, the guide of souls, in a thick green foliage, who asked him, "Why did you stop calling out?" Because I've never heard anything back. This longing that you express is the return message. The longing that you express is the return message. The grief that you cry out from draws you toward union. Your pure sadness that wants help is the secret cup. Listen to the moan of a dog for its master. That whining is the connection. There are love dogs that no one knows the names of. Give your life to be one of them. Give your life to be one of them. Yeah. So it is in the crying out, it's in the reaching out, is in the expression that is its own fulfillment. The longing is the reward. The longing is the reward. The longing is the reward. It reminds me of one more story similar along these lines, where this, I may have narrated it before, where this uh, Vishnu Bhakta, simple laborer, who is a bhakta of Vishnu, and he spends his time, whether he's working or he's sleeping or he's awake in his house, his little hut, he's continuously crying out for Vishnu, that longing. Let me see your form. I want to be with you. I want to be with you. I want to be with you. And this goes on for a long time. And one fine day, Vishnu becomes aware of this bhakta of his who is so devoted to him, and says, "For so many years he's been longing for me. I must go and be with him and see him." And so he goes one morning and knocks on the door. And the laborer says, "Oh, who is this so early in the morning?" And he says, "It is me, the one you have been waiting for." And He's about to go and open the door. And he says, please go away. Because if I see you, I will never miss you. And it is in your missing you and in your longing for you is when I experience the intensity of my love for you. And I cannot lose that. So same idea, the love dog, mourning for the master, the man crying Allah, Allah. Same thing. But anyway, one of the shloka, one of the chants that came to my notice was this Argala Stotram. And the Argala Stotram is a stotra devoted to Ma Durga, her many forms, her many qualities. And it's several verses, many verses, but and some of the and I'd never heard of this Argala Stotram before. It's always, I always find it so ironic that this has probably been around in the Indian psyche, in the Indian consciousness for centuries. And here it is, it comes to me via Neem Karoli Baba, via Krishna Das, via America, via YouTube, and then finally to me, that here we are in the midst of all this culture, and yet it comes this circuitous route. But no matter what, at least it comes. And so there is one a few sutras which caught my eye. I mean, there are several, and we are not going to go into the meaning of each one. I'll send you the link to it along with the Hindi translation, and you can read it. But most of it is pretty self-explanatory. But the chant that Krishna Das picked up from this stotra is what really moved me. And so here it is. Of course, I can't wait for this to be a chant back and forth, which we will get to hopefully soon. And so we are looking for a place, and we'll set it up, and I'm sure it'll happen. And everyone is invited from everywhere, not just Mumbai. So harmonium is audible? Okay. Chandikaya. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrali Kapalini Durga Kshama Shiva Dhatri Swaha Swada Namastute. Jai Tvam Devi Chamunde Jai Bhutarti Harini जय सर्वगते देवी कालरात्रि नमोस्तुते। मधुकेट भवद्र्याविविद्धातृवरदे नमः। रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषो जहि। So this last line, this repeats throughout the rest of the stotra. Rupam dehi, jayam dehi, yasho dehi, dvisho jahi. Rupam dehi, bless us with beauty. Bless us with the beauty of the divine. Bless us with a beautiful mind. Bless us with beautiful thoughts. Bless us with beautiful actions. Rupam dehi jayam dehi yasho dehi dvisho jahi. Jayam dehi, rupam dehi, jayam dehi. Jayam, victory. Victory over what? Not over kingdoms, but victory over ourselves. Victory over all that stops us from seeing our own true form. Seeing the truth. Let us be victorious over everything that stops us. Rupam dehi jayam dehi yasho dehi dvisho jahi. Rupam dehi jayam dehi yasho dehi, success. Let success happen. Let us be blessed with success in our quest. And ultimately there is only one quest, the quest for divine, the quest to understand our true nature. Let us bless us with success in this quest. Dvisho jahi. Dvisho, it's not dvesho. A lot of people seem to have misinterpreted it with dvesho jahi. Jahi means be free from. Be free from. But dvisho is not dvesho, it's dvisho. Dvisho means dichotomy. Dvi, two. Free us from duality. Free us from this world where we see things as good and bad, right and wrong. Free us from that into oneness. Dvisho jahi. Dvisho jahi, this dichotomous world in which we are caught in this duality. Free us from this duality. The tabla is audible. Rupam dehi jayam dehi yasho dehi dvisho jahi. Rupam dehi jayam dehi yasho dehi dvisho jahi. You can all sing along on mute. Rupam dehi jayam dehi Yasho Dehi Dvisho Jahi Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yasho Dehi Dvisho Jahi. I wanna see you love me. I know you can show me. I wanna know love. I want you to show me. I wanna feel your love. I want you to show me. Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yasho Dehi Dvisho Jahi Rupam Jayam Dehi Yasho Dehi Dvisho Jahi Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yasho Dehi Dvisho Jahi. I wanna feel your loving. I want you to show me. I wanna know your love. I know you can show me. I wanna feel your love. I want you to show me. I wanna know your love. I know you can show me. Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yasho Dehi Dvisho Jahi Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yasho Dehi Dvisho Jahi. When this beauty awakens in us, when we are able to go past things that hold us back, when we succeed in this quest, when we look past the duality into the oneness, that one consciousness, the one awareness, the one divine, which pervades all of reality, not just the ultimate reality, but also this relative reality. Every atom, every action, every thought is nothing but an expression of that ultimate reality. I want to know your loving. I want you to show me. Because when we go past all of this, Where we want to enter is this space of lovingness, pervading all our thoughts, our actions. And this is the blessing, the ultimate blessing we seek from the divine, from Ma Durga, from the Mother of the Universe, from divinity itself, this blessing of lovingness. The blessing of our darshan is merely an intermediate step. The rising of the Kundalini is merely an intermediate step and still part of the illusory world. If it doesn't finally lead to love, it remains nothing but an illusion. And spending a quest for that, the darshan, or some other exotic spiritual experience is missing the point. Because the final place is to arrive at love. And this intermediate step is not required, because you are love. You are that already. No matter what your feelings, no matter what your weaknesses, no matter what your strengths, Rupam Dehi, Jayam Dehi, Yasho Dehi, Dvisho Jahi, Rupam Dehi, Jayam Dehi, Yasho Dehi, Dvisho Jahi. Abide with me. Fast falls the eventide. The darkness deepens. Lord, with me abide. तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी, तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी, तेरे चरणों में सारे धाम। When other helpers fail and comforts flee, help of the helpless abide with me. Swift to its close ebbs out life's little day. As joys grow dim, its glories pass away. Change and decay in all around I see. Oh, darkness not abide with me. Abide with me, Lord, falls the eventide. The darkness deepens, Lord, with me abide. तू ही बिगाड़े, तू ही सवारे, तू ही बिगाड़े, तू ही सवारे, इस जग के सारे काम। हे राम, हे राम, हे राम, हे राम, हे राम, हे राम। I need thy presence every passing hour. What but thy grace can foil the tempter's power? Who like thyself my guide and stay can be? Through cloud and sunshine, abide with me. तू ही माता, तू ही पिता है, तेरे चरणों में सारे धाम। हे राम, हे राम, हे राम, हे राम। रूपम देहि जयम देहि, यशो देहि द्विषो जहि। रूपम देहि जयम देहि, यशो देहि द्विषो जहि। रूपम देहि जयम देहि, यशो देहि द्विषो जहि। Wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this is, and thank you particularly to Krishna Das for bringing this thought. After going all around the world, for me, that thought has traveled all over the world and come back to us. So, thank you for being part of this journey, and thank you for your participation. Great. So, any thoughts, questions? Yeah, Anamika, you had asked a question about, and I mentioned it a little bit. It's you were reading this book in which there's a description of seeing a darshan of Devi, and the journey of reaching that point where this darshan happens. And although I cannot claim first-hand experience of that, what occurs to me is this form that is seen by whoever it is. And I actually I heard another description by another lady of her journey, and how through the streets of Calcutta, standing on the top of a garbage dump, she gets the darshan of Ma Durga in a statue that has been actually left abandoned by somebody. But anyway, the thought I had is ultimately whatever form they saw, is it the ultimate truth? Is it the ultimate form? If let's imagine somebody who has never been to India, let's say they're born and brought up in Africa, and they never saw a Durga statue in their life. And yet, I'm sure no matter whether they are in Africa or Australia or wherever, this thirst for divine, for the thirst for divine knowledge, for thirst for divine uh, oneness would be present no matter where they are born or where they grow up. So if this, let's say this woman in Africa does much meditation, is so totally devoted and dedicated to finding this source, to understanding and loving this source, and is desperate to see this form, is it likely that the person will see this divine in the form of a Durga Ma with the arms and the weapons and the tiger and all of that? I would be very doubtful that that would happen. That vision, if they had a vision, would be based on what they have seen, what they have experienced, what their memories show them. Or somebody from a let's say the Christian upbringing, if they saw a vision, it would be a vision of Mother Mary. It would not be a vision of Ma Durga, and so on. So if something that is based on your own memories and your own is, it's a wonderful vision, don't get me wrong, and there are wonderful benefits and side effects from having that sort of a experience of a direct feeling that so tangibly this oneness with divine. It will, you're blessed if you do experience that, and your life will be blessed, and your life will be bountiful, loving. At least in love, it will be bountiful, for sure. But to think that that is something other than part of this relative reality or the illusion that this world is, to think that it is out of that, outside of that, may be a little misplaced. And if it is misplaced, then is it worth our while, our time, to spend our energies, our limited time on this planet with our bodies in a quest for that vision, for a quest? Is there something deeper that we can go for? Is there something higher that we really want, which is worth our time, worth our energy, worth our money, worth our efforts? Is there something which is more than that? And the only thing I can think of which is worth everything, is the ultimate reality of divine, which is formless, which is nameless, which is simply love itself, without form, without name, in silence, without a vision, without light. It's just what it is. And then even more important than this vision or this experience of this consciousness would be to live a life that is consistent with the qualities of Ma Durga. What is a life that is consistent with those qualities? The qualities of love, the qualities of blessing, the qualities of of peace, the qualities of beauty, the qualities of truth, living those qualities may be a more worthwhile pursuit than a quest for that vision. Um, I mean, imagine a parent who has children. Now, what would the parent want the child to do? Would the parent want the child to only be concerned about being with them, seeing them, wanting to be with them? Would the parent want that? Or would the parent want that go forth into the world and live, the way I would want to live the way I would want you to live? Be like me in the world. Go forth and be like me. Not spend so much time and energy wanting to just be with me, which is okay. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying, what is the highest? Where is our highest growth path? Where, given our limited resources, it's like any investment, right? You have a limited amount of money. You want to put it in the best possible investment so that you get the best possible return. And our equity in this case is our time, our energy, our thoughts, our efforts. Would we not want to put them into what gives us the most return? So while there may be other investments which are also good, we want to go for the best. So what I'm saying is, there's nothing wrong with prayer, devotion, bhajan. I mean, I love it. But this quest for seeing God, seeing in some physical form, there's something more than that, which we can. And anyway, if that's to happen along the way, if it happens, no problem. I mean, I'm all for a beautiful vision. Nothing wrong with it. I would love it. And it may happen whenever it is to happen anyway. Anyway, it happens when it is to happen, despite of what. But where are we going to focus our energies? And are we even ready for stuff like that? There was a funny story about this woman who goes to Neem Karoli Baba and says, Baba, I want to see God. I want to see God. And he says, oh, you can't just come in here and say, I want to. Go work in the kitchen. Just do some seva. Do some seva. So she says, a little disappointed, and she goes to the kitchen and starts working, and she's serving and doing all that all day long. And in the evening, she's about ready to leave, and Baba says, come here. I'm going to show you God. I want to show you God, and I will show you God. Come here. And she says, Baba, no, not now. I have to go home. I have to reach home. I have to cook my dinner. I have to take care of I have to take care of my house and this and that. So, so what is the level of this thirst anyway? You know, no, I don't want to see God now. This is somehow a condition for many of us. So anyway, I hope that addresses what you were sharing, Anamika. Yeah. Great. Any other thoughts, questions before we close and say bye? Sonal, Amruta, Archana, Nikhil, Kavita ji, Sana, Nancy, Lopa, Sandhya-ben, Sanjeev, Anamika, and Jennifer ji. Wonderful. Anything to share? Anything to say about the shloka, the music?
Just so divine, so beautiful. I didn't expect it to be like this, like these Sanskrit words and then English.
English.
Then you
right.
combined it with even other stuff. That was the Jagjit
right.
thing is beautiful. That was so lovely. That was
yeah. Yeah, I
So,
cannot take full credit for that second. I mean, the second one, I thought of it on my own, but that initial stotra is all Krishna Das. So
oh, the English
the
and
English,
the
yeah, yeah.
combination. Okay.
And the lyrics of that song, what was it? I think I said little bit. My words were off in that. Um, I want to know what love is. Yeah, I want to know what love is. Did I say that? Maybe I said it. I don't know. I want to know what love is. I know you can show me. I want to feel what love is. I want you to show me. Yeah. I know you can show me. I want to know what love is. I want to feel what love is. I don't know if I quite said it exactly like that, but yeah. But yeah, thanks. Yeah, beautiful. It was so, I mean, this was 1:30 in the morning. I just stumbled on this stotra and I'm like, again, I'm almost put a message on open door. I said, "आ जाओ सारे, चलो चलो." अभी का अभी शेयर करना है इसको, कल परसों, दिस वाज ऑन संडे नाइट, आई एम लाइक, ओ ट्यूसडे तक रुकना पड़ेगा बिफोर वी कैन शेयर इट, बट या, सो great. Yes, full of bhakti. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wonderful. Hari Om Tat Sat.